Shalom.
Shalom.
This is our Wednesday night Bible study coming from Jacksonville, Florida. This is Voice of a Watchman.
All praises to the Most High. Wow. You die. We're thankful. We're grateful that we're on another night.
Thank the Most High, Ahayah, bahashem, Yashayah, Barak. Again, all praises to the Most High. We do thank the Most High for this truth and the unveiling of the mysteries that this truth has given us.
Come on.
We thank the Most High for his ministers, the Gathering of Christ Church, and all those spreading the truth in the name of the Most High throughout the four corners of the earth.
Awesome. It's good to be in this understanding, huh, Josh?
Mm-hmm.
It's awesome. To know that, we were in, Tony, give me some tissues. We were in believing in a lot of false doctrine at one time. And the Most High brought us out. And the Most High brought us out to understanding, to his true word, Now we understand the Bible as it should be understood, knowing who his people are, knowing that they're the black Hebrew Israelites. So are you, Christian Church, America. So are the Latinos. These are all the lost tribes that we've been explaining and showing you on our program. And I hope you caught the flat earth message. This is awesome. This really blew me away when Josh put all the scriptures. So tune into that, link onto the flat earth. And then you're going to realize you are not spinning. The earth is not turning. The earth is straight. The earth is flat. It does not move. That's okay. All right, Josh, good.
So we're going to talk tonight and bring up.
Mary, can you turn that down? Thank you.
And we're going to bring out some pertinent information on fallen angels.
Awesome.
And how do they affect today? What is going on today? And we're going to learn that fallen angels have everything to do with the technology advances that they affected everything that we deal with in one way or the other.
Yeah, you're right. Go ahead, Josh. That's true. Wow. What an influence, Josh, they have over the world and people. It is unreal how the government can show you. You know those stars that come down on Mount Hermon? Those are all fallen angels. I mean, what is that too, Josh? That's the government's almost stronghold of the world, America.
We're going to read about that.
Yeah, we're going to read about that tonight too. We're going to show you how the government will throw things out to you and you're just oblivious to it.
So, of course, we're going to be going into the 1611 KJV Bible. And we're also going to be sharing tonight out of this book, Hebrews to Negroes.
You have to get this book. Please get this book. It's so formidable. It's awesome. It's really, really awesome. If you've had a problem, Christian, with people teaching you about color, this is going to explain it all. Because I really don't have that kind of time. I mean, to really stop and share a lot of truth in the gym when I'm there. But I give these brothers and sisters, our ministry, the books we're reading, the history, right, Tony, Josh, is so important. If you don't know your history, then you don't know your Bible. All right.
So
this might be long, so we might do a two-part, Josh. All right.
Open the Bibles tonight to Genesis chapter 6.
Okay, Genesis chapter 6. From the beginning, Josh?
Uh-huh.
Got it, Tom?
Yeah.
And it came to pass, when men began to multiply on the face of the earth. Look at that, the face of the earth. No, the roundness of the earth. And daughters were born unto them, that the sons of Ahayah saw the daughters of men.
Now the sons of God
Come on.
The sons of God are the angels.
Mm-hmm.
So these angels, and if you have the book of Enoch, it tells you the names of these angels. So the angels saw and lusted after these women. And they descended. Hold on. Say,
Okay. Yeah, because there's a lot in here tonight. I'm asking Josh to do a two-part thing tonight because, you know, a lot of new viewers have never heard this before. Because honestly, folks, listen, we've been so deceived in the Christian church. All right, so please pay attention closely. If we don't get all to it tonight, guys, all right, Tony, Josh, then we'll bring another part because we want you. I want to go through it slow because I'm telling you, it's affecting your life. It has affected my life in the past. Before I knew about this, I had no idea that it was. These fallen angels cause trouble. They cause havoc. They destroy. They cause murder, rape. They cause all havoc on the earth. And they're causing havoc on the earth right now. Don't think for 1 second the Most High brought that hurricane. He didn't bring that hurricane. Satan is the principality of the air. In other words, he's got control of the air by the permission of the Most High.
and this is the book of Enoch that I just mentioned, which is in the Bible, which is mentioned in Jude and Hebrews 11.
And the daughters were born unto them, that the sons of God saw the daughters of men, that they were fair. Stop right there.
And it came to pass, this is Enoch verse 6, chapter 6 and 1. And it came to pass, when the children of men had multiplied, that in those days were born unto them beautiful and comely daughters. And the angels,
Come on.
and the angels and the children of heaven saw and lusted after them, and said one to another, Come, let us choose us wives from among the children of men, and beget us children. And I'm going to skip to verse 6. And they were all 200 who descended in the day on the mount, on the summit of Mount Hermon.
Look at that. What?
And they called it Mount Hermon because they had sworn to bound themselves by a mutual imputation upon it. So they swore an oath.
Now listen close.
These fallen angels swore an oath to one another, and they came down in Mount Hermon in Syria, and on the Syria-Israel border.
And what does this government have to do with it, Josh?
Keep reading.
Okay. No, yeah, you were going to say something. Yeah.
Keep reading.
And the Most High said, my spirit, oh wait, that they were fair, and they took them wives of all which they choose.
So,
or chose.
one may ask, how can an angel sleep with a woman? Because they were not in their heavenly form.
Come on.
When they took these women and slept with them.
That's right.
They were in a human man form. So that's why the Bible says, watch that you do not entertain angels unawares in Hebrews 13.
Wow. That's right, Josh.
So anyway, so what happens?
Like a baby, yeah, Josh, I'm listening. Yeah, they're listening.
Anyway,
Yeah, take one. Get off your allergy. Go ahead, Josh.
Anyway, the Most High, the fallen angels came down on Mount Hermon, and if it's funny, it's funny. Satan mimics the Most High. The Most High have a mountain, and Satan have a mountain. If you notice that,
wow.
Mount Sinai.
Wow, that's awesome. That's right. He tries to duplicate, right, Josh? Yeah. Go ahead, brother.
So this would be a hub, Mount Hermon, for satanic, the major portal for Satan's angels to come through to enter the earth.
Wow. And that's why they show those stars coming around the mountain on TV, Josh? Wow.
Read.
And the Most High said, my spirit shall not always strive with man, for that he also is flesh. Yet his days shall be 120 years. There were giants in the earth in those days.
So before the flood, read.
Watch this. And also after that they were here.
After the flood,
come on. Read. When the sons of Ahayah came in unto the daughters of men, and they bare children to them.
So after the flood, they were still coming down on Mount Hermon and taking on bodily human form and sleeping with mortal women. That's how you get Goliath. That's how you get giants in the Bible.
Wow.
This isn't the only reference to giants in the Bible. So now let's go to Job 9:24.
Okay. Job, the book of Job, or Job 9:24. Job 9:24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked.
So the earth, after the fall of Adam, he surrendered the spiritual rulership to Satan, and Satan has a hierarchy, just like the Most High.
That's right.
Has his hierarchy. The Most High hierarchy is him. Well, let me say it like this. All of them have a hierarchy. Satan has his angels, and so does the Most High. They mimic. Satan tries to copy that Father and everything. The earth is given into the hands of the wicked. Read.
He covereth the faces of the judges thereof.
So Satan, through his angels, covers the faces of man's judges. That's why justice systems in the earth are always based on injustice. If you study the governments of the earth,
awesome.
All the governments of the earth are unjust.
Wow.
Because the lands where they live were stolen from indigenous individuals who were conquered and deceived by religion. That the conqueror, majority of the time, was Caucasian, or what we would call white today, stole that land, raped the women of the land, enslaved the men and the women of the land, killed the old people with the history, and then enslaved and raped and brought up slave children that would live their lifestyle of religion and faith and practice. Exactly what happened in America. The Europeans came here and stole and butchered people, millions of people.
Come on.
Over 20 to 30 million or more Native Indians just in the Caribbean. Not to mention the 66 million that they killed in the mainland of America. America, Canada, and Mexico.
And if you know your history and you know your Bible, Christopher Columbus was a pedophile. He had a lot to do with killing and murdering innocent people of the Most High. And
Exactly.
they celebrate that holiday in America. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where? And who is he?
So if it's not Satan's world, where and whose world is it? The Most High. Now let's go to Isaiah 14.
Okay, folks, Isaiah 14. Where, Joshua? In the beginning or?
Isaiah 14, 11.
11. Okay, I got a circle. Okay. Isaiah 14, 11. Thy pomp is brought down to the grave.
Read verse 12.
Okay. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer?
Wait. How art thou fallen from heaven? So we all know that Satan fell. This is chronicling the fall of Satan and his angels. Now this is a different rebellion than the one that happened on Mount Hermon. This happened before Adam and Eve were created.
Awesome.
So Satan was already in the earth when they were created.
That's right. Come on.
So this happened in eternity. We don't know when this happened. We know when the fall of the fall in Genesis happened, because that was when time was being recorded. This happened when time was not being recorded. So we don't know how long Satan's. We can estimate that he's been in the earth around 12,000 years or more in the atmosphere. Because read.
Okay. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground? Which this weakened the nations?
Now, how did Satan weaken the nations? That's a very interesting. That's a very interesting statement. How did Satan weaken the nations? Satan weakens the nations through his theology, his multiple religions. You can believe what you want, worship what you want. Evolution, homosexuality.
Come on.
Alternate sexuality,
abortion.
Abortion.
Mm-hmm.
You can choose what sex you want to be. None of that is biblical. So
The Most High made a mistake, huh? Yes.
How art thou fallen from heaven? Read, O Lucifer,
son of the morning.
Because why does it call Lucifer? In Ezekiel it said every precious stone was his covering.
Wow.
He had tabrets and he had vials. He was the supreme angel of heaven.
Awesome, God.
He was above Michael.
Yeah, he was.
Michael and Lucifer were. If you've ever seen the Ark of the Covenant, many people believe on the mercy seat where there's the glory of where the presence of the Most High would descend. Those two angels or seraphims or angels are Lucifer and the archangel Michael.
Wow, watch this. Josh, I know you're going to have a good read up on this. For thou hast said in thine heart, the mind, I will ascend into heaven. The space program, right, Josh?
Right.
I will exalt my throne. Look at this, Tony, above the stars of Ahayah. Look how long ago, Tony, he planned to do this after he was thrown out of heaven. To go back in space. Now space programs are all demonic. I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north. Josh, so the sides of the north is Mount Hermon, right? Josh?
The sides of the north is Jerusalem.
Oh, it is? He's going to sit there?
He's sitting there right now.
Oh, right. I see. Yeah, good. All right, Josh. What, Tony? If you didn't feel it, they should have went on.
Anyway.
All
now.
Right. Don't wait to listen to me. Right behind him. Don't wait to listen to me to take you. You got to take them every day now. Take one every other day. It's just allergy. You get allergy. They don't stay in your system. Wow. I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation. Wow. He's in the church. He's in religion, right? Yeah. He's actually making people worship him today. Right, Josh? I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north.
That's true. Anyway, we're going to put the Bible aside.
Okay, for a moment.
This is Hebrews to Negroes. We're going to read some pertinent information. I don't.
It's only allergy. All right. Okay, so this is a great book. You have to get this book, folks. Get this book. Hebrews to Negroes. How they forced the real people of the Most High.
Who are the Nephilim?
Wow.
Now we're going to start right here.
Right behind. Okay. All right. Who are the Nephilims? Where the yellow is, Josh? Okay. The bloodline of the fallen angels and man had powerful psychic abilities, like out-of-body experiences.
Wait.
Wow. Did you hear that? How many Christians are doing this? Go ahead, Josh. Come on.
So one of the fallen angels, they had the ability to show men how to have outer body experiences when the spirit leaves the body and comes back.
Wow.
And that's not scriptural. Once the spirit leaves the body in the Bible, it doesn't come back to the body.
Come on, that's right.
Only in certain.
You better listen, Christian.
Only in certain examples, like when Christ raised people from the dead.
Mm-hmm.
But those people were dead. Their spirit had already left. They were actually dead.
That's right.
These people that claim they are having...
They went to heaven and they came back.
No, you don't. No one comes back once you die.
That is a fragrant lie in the Christian church. Big time. Big time. Oh, this is good, Josh.
Read.
Psychic abilities like out-of-body experiences, levitation, mind control, time travel. Look at that, time travel. They go to heaven. Look. And reading, and mind reading. Look at that. Remote viewing of the power of placing curses and diseases.
So
wow.
What happened is they taught people how to time travel. In other words, the fallen angels showed mankind through their bloodline, and the elite few who would tap into this, they would show these people how to how to build machines to create what they would call wormholes, or what the Bible calls portals in the book of Enoch. So they could go through time and travel to it. So the Bible, and don't think that the government doesn't have this technology. They have time. They've had time travel technology.
Wow. That's awesome, Josh.
And we think that would be something so advanced, but it's actually been here for thousands of years.
Wow.
People have been known how to, they just haven't had the technology.
Well, hold on. Wait 1 second. Didn't King Solomon say there was nothing new?
Right.
Under the sun?
They just didn't have what we would call the advanced technology we have today. They tried to they even tried to put towers through the heaven to get into the eternal realm in the Old Testament, yes, and in the Bible.
Yeah. Wow. That's awesome. Okay. The power, watch this, it's in the Christian church, watch this, the power of removing curses. What do they claim? That the curses are gone, and diseases, phony healings, the ways of knowing and predicting the future. They say they're prophets, all they are is what?
Oh, I see
mediums.
That. I see this in your future.
Yeah. God told me.
Yeah,
that's them,
that's
Josh.
a lie.
Wow. Watch this. Predicting the future. They were astrologers, homosexuals.
Wait.
Wow. Lesbians.
So
cannibals.
The fallen angels brought all this degradation. They brought cannibalism. No, the Nephilim, the children of the fallen angels, the giants. They taught men how to. They would eat men. They would eat. They would eat men, kind. They would devour one another. They would even sleep with the same sex. God did not hold on, everybody. Sorry, everybody. They taught mankind all this knowledge. They taught mankind how to degrade one another with the opposite same sex. I mean, same sex, not opposite. The Most High did not. The Most God did not make a woman to put her face on or her mouth on another woman. God did not make a man to put his mouth or any part of his body on a man sexually. That is unnatural, and it's just wrong. So we understand so what happened, the fallen angel, the angels fell from heaven. They took on man's body, man form. They were still divine creatures, but they were indwelling in a mortal form so they could live amongst men. Because if an angel were to come down in a room full of people, that angel would kill that whole room, because you can't look on an angel. in their natural form. They're too bright. So an angel has to take on a human form to dwell amongst people, because if he didn't, if he just descended in a room full of people with, that's why when people are talking about, it's very superstitious to say this, that when people say I've seen an angel.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if you've seen an angel, you would have been dead, because the angel's brightness of its light would have killed you.
Wow.
That's why it's superstition to call it, for people to say, well, and this isn't, and people may have heard this from atheists, but which is another fallen angel Nephilim belief system, wow. Atheism. Why, if God is real, now listen to this. If God is real and he says you can pray for anything you want in the Bible and have faith and believe he'll do it, why can't you pray for God to appear to you personally? Well, there's a couple problems with that. Number one, that's presumption. The Bible doesn't say to pray for God. That's when you take a verse that says pray and believe, that doesn't mean pray for anything you think of. Okay? And number two, the Most High, the Bible says it like this. Christ said, if any two of you come together in my name believing, I will do it, and praying.
Okay.
Now, does that mean if two people come together believing and they ask the Messiah to come down in their and physically appear, will he?
Listen now.
No, he won't.
That's right.
Because and this is a major thing with people who need physical evidence. Okay. The Most High, the Messiah doesn't need to come and show himself to nobody, because he already did.
That's right.
Secondly, if you're asking God to come down in your presence, you must not want to live, because if he actually did come down in your presence, he would be, come on, Josh. That's right. He would die. And what an atheist don't understand is, for you to ask God to do that, he would kill you in an instant. So what you're actually asking is for God to kill you.
Wow, that's good, because they swear when they go like this in the Christian church that they're in his presence. Let me tell you something.
Keep reading.
Wow.
We're going to read a few things out of this book, and it's going to confirm what the Bible says.
They had super powerful brains, and they were extremely intelligent. Watch this. They were astrologers, homosexuals, lesbians, cannibals, serial killers. Wow. Now you know where the serial killer comes from, Tony. And the mighty men of renown. We've always said that murder is from Satan. It always has been. They had super powerful brains, and they were extremely intelligent. They knew all the sciences in addition to astrology. What's this? Mathematics, that junk that's going on TV, Josh. Teaching these kids how to all that geometry, engineering, and architecture. Sorry. In short, they had demonic supernatural powers. The fallen angels also taught mankind how to make weapons and how to perform abortions. Enoch 69:12. Their offspring, called the Nephilim, used the forces of Satan to control, corrupt.
So the angels taught men, and they also mention that verse in the book, but let me pull that scripture up.
Enoch 69:12. Oh, something else. Okay.
Hold on. Enoch 69, read that, verse 12.
69, Enoch, the missing book of the Bible. Enoch 69:12. Right here, Josh?
Uh-huh.
And the fifth was named Kasadiah. This is he who showed the children of men all the wicked smitings
Or destroying.
smitings of spirits and demons, destroyer, sorry, and the smitings of the embryo in the womb. Wow.
Wait a minute.
Wow.
So this is biblical proof that the fallen angels taught men how to go in a woman's womb and kill children. So that's not a new thing. That's been going on since Noah.
Wow.
Wow. Read that again.
That's good, John. Of spirits and demons and the smitings of the embryo in the womb.
Or the smashing of embryo.
That it may pass away.
So that it might die. So they taught men how to go inside a woman and destroy children.
You need the missing books of the Bible, brothers.
Read.
Okay. This is how they helped influence the ancient Egyptian religion and were also key presumed theorists in building the Great Pyramids as well as other great wonders.
Now, the Great Pyramid, because I'm going to show you something about the Great Pyramid. Dad?
Yeah.
I want you to read a scripture. Hold on. Okay.
And as well as other great wonders, such as gigantic rock structures around the pre-flood world. This is foretold in the book of Enoch. If you don't have the book of Enoch, I adjure you by the living Most High to get that book. And I'm going to read it right down to. I'm going to show you that it is biblical. It's no fairy tale book.
Okay. We just mentioned something about ancient Egypt and the pyramids. This is Enoch 10 verse 4.
Enoch 10 verse 4. Yeah, Josh.
Uh-huh.
And again, the Most High said to Raphael, bind Azazel, hand and foot, and cast him into darkness.
So this darkness is in the earth. Read.
And make an opening in the desert, which is in Dudiel.
Dudiel is the name of the desert that the pyramid of Giza, start the verse again, is in.
And again, the Most High said to Raphael, bind Azazel, hand and foot, and cast him into the darkness, and make an opening in the desert, which is in Dudiel, and cast him therein. Wow. So what I'm that's where that's the spirit of Satan is right in the pyramid. And place upon him rough and jagged rocks. Wow.
So they built, and don't think the Egyptians did not know that there was a demon underneath that pyramid. So verse 5 started at the top.
And place upon him rough and jagged rocks, and cover him with darkness.
So the darkness that verse 4 talked about, that Azazel will be bound in the deepest part of the pyramid of Giza, covered by stones forever, bound in chains.
Wow. And let him abide there forever, and cover his face, that he may not see light.
That he may not see what?
That he may not see light.
So Azazel's punishment is he would be stuck in a pyramid for 6,000 years until Judgment Day.
Wow. Okay. Or
thank you. Yeah, that's good. Keep reading.
Okay. This is going to be good. This is where we left off. This is foretold in the book of Enoch, a book only found in the Ethiopian Bible and ancient Hebrew literature, like the Dead Sea Scrolls found in 1947. In the book of Enoch, they also taught men to learn the names of demons and how to do enchantments, magic, sorcery. This is how the Egyptian magicians were able to make the river turn red and make their rods turn into snakes, just like Aaron did before the Pharaoh let the Israelites go. Wow.
Read.
Ancient Egypt, Satanism, fallen angels, watchers, and UFO gray aliens. Many satanic websites include a curriculum of recommended books that include UFO books. UFO investigator Ray Flower witnessed this and wrote about it in his book, The Watchers too. He noted that satanic Satanist Aleister Crowley in 1918 had drew images of a demonic entity named Lam.
L-A-M, Lam.
Lam, who he met while spending the night.
Well, he went. They actually have.
Wow.
Hold on. Before you read that, I marked something else. And watch this.
Oh, your place.
I know the page to turn to.
Okay.
Page 365.
Okay, John.
I marked an account of Aleister Crowley in this book. Okay. I thought I did. Hold on. Good little congestion. Anyway, I'll just turn back to it. Hold on.
It's close to where we just read. It's very close to that.
Here it is.
Okay.
Okay.
Tony, give me some more tissue, please.
There you go.
Yeah. But they're not using dry one.
So you,
I am. Okay, here it is. I was just. Okay, here it is.
Okay.
Right here.
All right, so tell me, you get back into it now. Satan, ancient Egypt, and Aleister Crowley. Satan used the ancient Egyptians and their many pagan gods to deceive the Hebrews and mankind. Even today, many people believe that the real Holy Trinity is the Egyptian god Isis, Horus, and their own Horus. That's right. They believe because the story of these Egyptian figures are similar to Jesus' birth and death, that it must be the original religion, since it predates the birth of Jesus by a couple thousand years. We don't use the word Jesus, but I'm just reading it in there. Satanic followers know that real truth behind ancient Egypt and the pyramids. They know who lies behind all the secrets of ancient Egypt and its sorcery magic. Satanists teach that the triangle is the ultimate symbol of Satan, and because of this knowledge, it is used by Satanists to conjure up demons. This is why we have pyramids, hexagrams, pentagrams, and all-seeing eyes, all throughout Western world culture, in cult, secret societies, the media, music, movies, and in the church. Wow.
Mhm.
We see pyramid-type structures in Egypt, Sudan, Ethiopia, South America, and south remote places in the world, and other remote places in the world. We also see pagan objects worshipped in Egypt, such as the obelisk, acaad groves, acaad, Asterix poles, acaad, Baal's shaft, acaad Washington monument, all over the world, in Brazil, London City, the Vatican, Washington, D.C., Egypt, Ethiopia, Sudan, and Israel. Jewish Anton LaVey, founder of the Church of Satan, also confirmed the demonic, satanic.
Yep. And then, so.
Wow. Wow. Yeah, Tony, and in the church. In the church, Tony. Telling people they're healed, Tony, and they're not.
Okay, read this.
Which one, John? Nope. Where it says, oh, fact.
Fact.
Paul Brunton, 1898, 1981, was a British philosopher, mystic, and traveler who wanted to spend the night in the King's Chamber pyramids of Giza in Egypt. He knew of accounts where Alexander the Great and Napoleon had spent the night in the King's Chamber only to have life-altering experiences. In his book, A Search in Secret Egypt, he tells his account of his night in the King's Chamber in the pyramids of Giza. Here is an excerpt. He waited in the total silence and darkness, as remote from the outside world as if he were on the moon. Hours passed slowly by, and in the increasing cold of the chamber, Burton began to feel that there were hostile forces around him. Eerie shadows crowded in on him from all sides, and a dark apparition advanced mechanically towards him. All the legends of evil ghosts haunting the area around the pyramids told to him by Arab villagers came to his mind. Soon there was a circle of antagonistic beings surrounding him, monstrous elemental creations, evil horrors of the underworld, as he described them. Despite being seized by panic, Brunton resisted the temptation to turn on the flashlight and decide to see it through. It was this determination that saved him. The elementals disappeared quite suddenly, and all was dark and quiet again.
Wow. So this man seen devils, demons inside this pyramid. Wow, that's deep. Just proven again what we just read in about that Azazel being bound in this pyramid in the book of Enoch. So
I'll go too long. We can pick it up tomorrow. I hope you're being blessed. I sure am, Tony. This is awesome, isn't it? This is really good to know this stuff, because all this is real. You know, even a year ago too. You know, remember, Josh, I used to ask you, right, Tony, about Bigfoot and all this stuff. Well, we used to laugh at it, but it's really real. These things are really here, and it's going to get worse. We're in a time of Jacob's trouble. I really believe that. We're in a time of Jacob's trouble.
Right here.
Fact, there are reports of giants passed down as stories from the natives in the Solomon Islands, Melanesia, Micronesia, And the statues depicting these giants can be seen still to this day. The statue, well, I just said that, right? The statues depict the ancient giants with characteristics such as 6 fingers and 6 toes, just like the Bible describes the Nephilim giants. Even in America, the Native Americans describe giants with 6 fingers, 6 toes. In Deerfield, Massachusetts, there were also reports of giant skeletons found while with double rows of teeth and 6 fingers. Many of the remains of giant skeletons are near monumental rock structures and pyramid-type structures. Giant skeletons.
Because they have dealings with witchcraft and pyramids. A pyramid is a triangle. Wow. Read.
Many of the remains of giant skeletons, oh, I read that, okay. Giant skeletons have been found in different parts of the world, uncovered by excavations which show the size of these giants. See for yourself. The information is out there. That's right.
And here's the points.
All right.
Point
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 9 points. 2, 36. I read this. 36-foot skeletons.
2 36-foot skeletons.
Wow. Believed to be from 650 BC, 640 AD, found by Carthaginians. And an earthquake in Shemazarun, Bosphorus, uncovered one more 25-foot 6-inch skeleton found in
25-foot person
found in 1613 AD in France near the castle of Chaumont or Chaumont, Tony?
Yeah.
All right. 23-foot skeleton found in 1456 AD in France beside a river in Valence. 19-foot 6-inch skeleton found in 1577 AD under an overturned oak tree in the canon of Lorenz. 15-foot skeleton found in Turkey late 1950s.
15 foot.
Wow.
Wow.
12-foot King Og of Bashan. Deuteronomy 3:11, estimating 1400 BC.
So, and that's another example of what we read in Genesis, where it talks about even after the flood, giants. This is before Goliath. So this is an example of fallen angels coming down and dealing with women.
Wow.
In Deuteronomy. Read.
A 10-foot 6-inch Goliath of Samuel 17:4, estimated 1010 BC. Goliath also had 3 brothers with 6 fingers, 6 toes, as big as he was. 8-foot 6-inch Meraxarus Tarik, Caesar of Rome. What's his name? Am I saying it right?
Mm-hmm.
His bed was 13.5 foot long.
Wow.
47-inch femur found in the femur. Femur. Sorry, found in the late 1950s during road construction in southeast Turkey in the Euphrates Valley. Many tombs containing the remains of giants were also uncovered. The giant was said to stand 14 to 16 foot tall.
So they estimated, based on the bones they found, that this giant was at least 14 to 15 foot tall.
Wow. And had 20 to 22 inch long feet.
That's a big shoe. Now read this about, this is a
Mount Hermon. You see it, you watch TV sometimes, don't you? I hope you don't watch too much of it. You see Mount Hermon, and you see the stars come down. Those are the fallen angels. And Josh, I want you to explain to our viewers tonight before we go off. about how the American government has something to do with that.
Read.
Mount Hermon is a mountain whose summit straddles the border of Syria and Lebanon. It has been home to many UFO sightings throughout the years.
Now, why? Because this is the main portal where demons came down the first in Genesis 6, right?
Wow. In ancient times, it served as an altar for the pagan god Baal. In the Bible, or Baal, it states that in the days of Jared, 200 fallen angels, demons, fell to earth. Wow, hold on. That word Jared, that was that Superman movie when he came down from the sky. Wow. 200 fallen angels, demons fell to earth, thus starting the beginning of the Nephilim bloodline. Wow.
Read.
On Google Maps, Mount Hermon's latitude and longitude coordinates in 3333. This is the same numeral value as the 33 used in the famous 33 degrees of Freemasonry. Wow. On the other side of the globe, the Roswell Area 51 UFO crash.
So here's another high area of UFO, or what they would call alien activity, in Roswell, New Mexico. Read. Area 51.
Area 51 UFO crash site in New Mexico also has latitude and longitude coordinates of 3333.
So don't think that's by accident. Satanists deal with numbers, numerology. So they mapped out exactly on, they took and mapped out on from one side of Mount Hermon and chose Roswell, New Mexico, because they found that it matched the latitude or the measure across from Mount Hermon. Read.
Awesome, Josh.
And what we're seeing in Roswell and different part, those are portals that are opening for fallen angels to come down.
Still, that's right.
Read.
Of 3330, Mount Hermon was the area where most people believe the first extraterrestrial beings, acaad, fallen angels, watchers, demons, came to Earth. The Roswell UFO site is also the most commonly known area where UFOs have actually crashed their ships, with bodies being recovered only to be hidden by the government.
So why? Because they don't want you to know that these beings,
come on,
they are dealing with these beings. They are getting knowledge and technology and information from these angels. Read.
The famous Roswell alien autopsy video in 1947 that came about after this UFO crash can be seen easily on the internet now. Many professional movie costume artists doubt that video is a hoax, leaving many to wonder what is going on. What's even more interesting is that the aliens' bodies found at the crash site had 6 fingers and 6 toes, just like the children of the fallen angels that fell from heaven to earth on Mount Hermon thousands of years ago.
Read.
At the base of Mount Hermon is a sanctuary for the worship of the goat god. Pan, half goat, half man.
So also the goat is the Baphomet.
Wow.
Read.
The highest degree of Freemasonry is 33. Yashayah died at 33. The latitude, longitude of the UFO crash site and the mountain where the fallen angels fell is also 33.
So they try to mimic
Rome's number.
Mimic Christ.
That's right.
He died at 33.
Wow.
The longitude of both of major portals of fallen angel activity is longitude 33.33. So don't think numbers don't matter to the elite. They deal with numerology.
Wow. Rome's number, acaad, the social security number, was made law in 1933. Coincidence?
Keep right there.
Right there. Fact 3.
A couple more things, then we'll close because this is starting to get good.
You want me? Yeah.
Keep reading that.
3.
No, up here, Roswell. Then that.
Okay.
Then I got some other things I
right.
want to bring out.
The alien Roswell crash happened in 1947, 1948. The Dead Sea Scrolls were found in 1947, 1948. And the creation of the state of Israel was completed in 1947, 1948. Wow,
doesn't that seem weird that fallen angels started coming down in Mexico? That seems kind of odd that the so-called rebirth of the nation of Israel, according to the world, happened the same time. Awesome. Demons started coming into earth through the portal in New Mexico.
This is awesome. Man, you got to get this book. Were the fallen angels responsible for revealing to man where the ancient dead scrolls in Israel were, and for bringing the Ashkenazi Gentile European Jews to the Holy Land? Wow. Shortly after the shortly after the Roswell crash in New Mexico.
That's heavy.
Yeah, that is. All these events took place, and since the 1940s, America experienced a massive increase in UFO sightings.
Wow.
Were the fallen angels UFOs helping to set up the events that would lead to the building of a third temple in Jerusalem for the son of Satan?
So now, fact number 3. Fact 3.
The highest United Nations base.
So the highest UN base in the earth, read,
is built on the summit of Mount Hermon.
Why? Because they're trying to get in direct line for fallen angels to come, for demon spirits through the portals above Mount Hermon to come down and instruct them.
Most High ain't going to take this much longer. Syria, Lebanon, Israel's border. Are they waiting for someone? The fallen angels, watchers, or Grigori traveled back and forth between earth and the fifth heaven by way of Mount Hermon. Some say...
So there's a portal between the fifth heaven and earth, and the main portal is above Mount Hermon.
Josh, and there is no universe, right?
Right.
Okay.
Read.
Some say the watchers had a base there and an altar for the pagan power Baal, pagan god Baal. In ancient time, the statue of Baal shows him to be wearing the same oval-shaped hat as Orisis. There is even documentation of Mr. Hermon in Mount Hermon in the ancient Sumerian text, the Epic of Gilgamesh.
Okay.
You knew that word, Tony?
That was Yashayah.
Wow, this is awesome, Tony. Awesome. Are you reading this book?
Yeah.
Good, Tony. Good. Yeah, we ought to know this. You know what makes me sad? It really does. You know what makes me just down, but Christians don't want to hear this. All they want to know is that white phony Jesus. What did he do for them, Tony? Destroyed them. That's what he did. Had him hung even in the 1970s. That's your white Jesus.
And this will be right here.
Philip Schreiner and Thor, the six-fingered stranger from Venus. This is the story of Philip Schreiner, 1947-1996. A geologist, what is it? Geologist and engineer with level 1 U.S. government security clearance, who worked for the U.S. government building underground military bases, DUMB, all around the country. In 1979, at Deluge, New Mexico, site of the Roswell alien crash in '48, while working on adding additional bases to the already military underground base, Philip Schreiner and his crew accidentally uncovered an underground gray alien base.
Wait,
Wow.
so they were digging underground and they found a fallen angel or Nephilim base
Wow.
under the earth.
Wow.
Read.
There was a firefight and 67 workers and military personnel were killed. Philip was one of only 3 people to survive. After surviving this flight, Philip would later go on to giving all across the United States about government cover-ups, black budgets, and UFOs. Philip died in 1996, in which many people said was an execution. I figured that. Philip was found in his apartment with a piano wire wrapped around his neck. Yeah, he was killed by the government. Sources stated that Philip was brutally tortured for days before his death, and his ex-wife, Cynthia Dyer, believed Philip was murdered because he publicly revealed the truth about the U.S. government's involvement with UFOs. He also talked about how during February 2021, 1954, six years after the Roswell alien crash, President Eisenhower was allowed to meet some aliens for the first time, in which he learned about their agenda.
So
Wow.
now the government has known about this. So this is documented proof that U.S. presidents have dealt with and known and deal with to this day fallen angels. They use the word alien to cover it up, but it's fallen angels. So Eisenhower met a fallen angel. Read. This is heavy now.
In which he learned about their agenda. From this event, President Eisenhower came up with the 1954 Greater Treaty, aka the Men in Black Treaty. In the treaty, those aliens were able to live on Earth as long as they agreed to let the government know where they were located at, even if it happened to be underground.
So they made a pact with the fallen angels to allow them to stay on Earth.
Wow.
As long as not only they would let them know where they were staying, the fallen angels would give them, the government advanced knowledge,
Wow.
technology, medicine, advanced knowledge that
Let me read that.
no one have. Right. That no one had at that point. So they would start dealing with these angels in a knowledge-based way where they would get advanced knowledge to that point that they did not have from, it's amazing. Read.
It is, Josh. They also were allowed to do experiments, abductions.
So alien abductions are not lies.
Oh, it's happening.
People are being abducted by these fallen angels and probed and experimented on. Read.
Wow. Animal mutilation.
Mutilation.
Yeah.
Mutilation.
Mutilation. Wow. Etc. On Earth, as long as they kept the government informed. How nice. No one was to harm them, and they would not harm humans. Yeah, humans, we're not humans. We're the Most High's creation.
Right.
In return, they would secretly give to teach the government all the technology advances and
so
secrets.
in return for the government
Wow.
being in league
Are you listening
with
to this tonight?
fallen angels, they would give the government technology, medicine, science. Read.
Long as they kept the government informed, no one was to harm them, and they would not harm the Most High's creation. In return, yeah, what they did, they would secretly, you're taking them apart, you're murdering. In return, they would secretly give or teach the government all the technology advances and secrets they knew, just like in the days of Noah before the flood.
Read.
Here is an expert from one of Philip Schneider's just lectures. There was white-appearing man named Valiant Thor, who worked for the U.S. government.
So this Valiant Thor worked for the U.S. government with them. Read.
Who worked for the U.S. government in the 1950s before leaving Earth.
Read that again.
Wow. Who worked for the U.S. government in the 50s before leaving Earth.
So this was a fallen angel named Thor who worked with the government, teaching them secret knowledge, and left Earth and went back into the heavens.
Schreiner met Thor.
Schreiner met this fallen angel.
Along with Dr. Frank Strange, detailed in his book titled Stranger at the Pentagon.
Stranger at the Pentagon.
Wow. He sat right there with them, huh, Josh?
Wow.
Schreiner
That's
shows,
deep.
Yeah, it is, man. Schreiner shows at 1943 picture of Thor during his lecture at the 1995 pre-patterned expo?
Yes, read.
All right. Schreiner explains in his lecture that Thor was a human-looking alien from the planet Venus.
He was a fallen angel that took on human bodily form and functioned as a person, just like the angels that slept with mortal women. Read.
Wow. Who had been working for the U.S. military since 1937.
So he's been on Earth for at least 20 years working with the military.
Wow.
So the military deals with fallen angels. It's a fact. Read.
Thor had 6 fingers on each hand.
So Thor had 6 fingers, just like the giants.
Wow.
Read.
An oversized heart.
An oversized heart in his chest. Read.
1 giant lung.
1 lung.
Copper oxidized blood like an octopus.
So he was cold-blooded.
Wow. And an IQ estimated at 1,200, highest IQ.
So he was the smartest person on Earth, and he wasn't even a person. He
According to Genesis,
was
it?
Read.
What's that word? Guinness Book of World Records is 228. Thor could speak 100 languages.
So he was
fluently.
bilingual and fluent bilingual. He could speak 100 languages,
including alien languages. Thor had told the government that his lifespan was 490 years, something not heard of in a human being. God limited man's days to 120 in Genesis 6:3. According to Philip Schreider and Dr. Strange accounts, Thor was about 6 feet tall, 185 pounds, with brown wavy hair and brown eyes. Dr. Strange stated that both U.S. President Dwight Eisenhower and Richard Nixon both met this alien humanoid man named Thor.
So
again, wait, hold on.
Both Nixon and Nixon was these presidents between these people dealt with angels, demons, fallen angels in human form.
Wow. President Dwight Eisenhower and Richard Nixon both met this alien humanoid man named Thor. Another former U.S. government consultant and UFO researcher also accounts that President Eisenhower met aliens, according to Dr. Strange.
Multiple aliens, read. Or multiple fallen angel beings.
Thor left Earth on March 16, 1960, from Alexandria, Virginia.
Wow.
That is sick.
Exactly. That's crazy. That's utterly amazing, ain't it? So that's documented proof, everybody, that your government is dealing with fallen angels, Nephilim.
Where do you think you're getting your technology from? Why do you think it's coming so fast? It's changing so much. He has to use a human body.
You
Satan.
you almost have cell phones, new cell phones coming out almost every couple months.
That's right.
You think that's just because people are smart? No, the government on the top that distributes these phones to the AT&Ts, Sprint, all these different vendors that sell the phones and make the money. They don't even know that they're getting the people that make these phones and design these phones are getting technology and knowledge from demons, fallen angels. Now, does that mean a cell phone is bad?
I'm looking at the door down. Well, go ahead, Josh.
Does that mean that a cell phone is evil? No.
No. But
what's
going to happen with it?
That it can become evil because the way you use it. But I've also heard this from people. There's phones out now that you can use your fingerprint to lock.
Wow.
That's almost sounded like something they're planning on, something to be put in your finger or your hand so you can lock and use it to live with.
Wow. So folks, the mark of the beast is upon us. And if you think it's a joke, and Christian churches are telling you it's always some future event coming, well, it's upon us. It's here. There are literally thousands of Americans taking that chip in their hand across our nation. So what are you going to do? Are you going to keep running with the Joneses out there in the world, trying to get rich in these days instead of getting prepared? You must prepare now for the worst. You must, if you're in debt, get out of debt. Right, Tony? Yeah. If you owe your life out, get out of debt. There's no way out for you if you're owing money out to everyone.
That's right.
Get out of debt as soon as you can. We're downgrading again from a double wide trailer to a single wide now. We're doing our best to get off the grid. And you must do the same.
Anyway, we understand what's happening with the system. Fallen angels are running this world through your government. It's a proven fact. Don't think, and the elite, the rulers of this world, definitely deal with these Nephilim these Nephilim beings that come in the human form through portals, like at Roswell, like at Mount Hermon. Like we said,
why does the government have their base set up on Mount Hermon?
The most influential UN base is not in New York. It's on the top of Mount Hermon. Why?
So everybody thinks it's United Nations.
The highest UN base is located at a 33.33 latitude on the top of Mount Hermon. Wow. That's major because now that's not by accident. They know what happened before the flood on Mount Hermon. They know those angels descended and made a pact.
Let me say something. You know, this shows me this is true. Now listen, guys. Listen, women. Listen, people. The movie Superman, remember the first one? When it came to Earth?
And he crashed into Earth?
That's real. That's real. And people,
that's literal.
It's literal.
So
that was a fallen angel.
Let's see. Let's take that. They are showing you.
They're showing you. They're throwing it out there.
All these, like Aquaman, a person that can live in the water. They're showing you, especially like things that can give you superpowers, like Spider-Man, the superhero. He was bit by a spider, a radioactive spider, and was given powers. And they can give you powers. That chip that they're about to start putting in people is going to be able to give you Superman powers.
You see what's going to happen?
And they even show movies.
That's why the world's they're gonna applaud. They're gonna accept.
They actually show movies with angels. Like, if you've ever seen this commercial on TV with these copper-looking beings coming from heaven and crashing in the earth, fallen angels. They're literally putting it in your face.
They're showing.
You these are. We are. If
What's
you've ever
America
seen,
doing? This is funny.
if you've ever seen the commercial with the for, I think it's perfume.
Wow.
With a woman walking around and clapping her hands, and these gods look at her.
Wow.
And we've seen that commercial on TV. What's that showing? That a mortal woman can influence an angel to lust after her. Wow. They're showing you what happened and made society go backward.
That's why there's so many. It's really sad to say this, but it's the truth. There's so many people possessed with a spirit and they don't even know it. Especially,
look at shows like Fallen, like Angel. Mm-hmm. They make so many even regular TV shows about angels coming down and living with people that it's so easy for you to believe that they believe in this. They make it seem like it's fiction because they put it on TV, and a lot of people don't believe what they see on.
And you see, and
or like
you shrug it off. Yeah,
movies.
Yeah, right.
We believe that a lot of things we see in a movie is fiction or not real.
That's right.
Because we don't know how to look at it from the perspective of the people that are making it, who reverence and worship these things.
If you know the word right, you're gonna know what kind of trouble.
So when they show you like movies with fallen things, angels coming out of the sky and crashing into the earth, and turning into humans, they are showing you exactly what the Bible speaks of. They are showing you what they know happened before the flood and what brought the flood on the earth. Their gods coming, the elite gods who they reverence at the top, who was Satan, who his fallen angels came and slept with women and produced giants, Nephilim. And that's where we're at today. Nothing has changed. That's why the Bible says,
King Solomon said there is nothing new under heaven. Nothing. And he was right. Nothing
let's
new.
close with Luke 17:25.
Luke. $17.25, Josh. Okay, Luke. We're gonna close it tonight with Luke. I hope you were blessed tonight, because I'm telling you,
we were. This
is an awesome book. Show them that book again, Josh. You got to get this book, folks. And we got the Illuminati too. It's awesome.
Let's read.
I need these books.
Luke 17:25.
Okay. Ready? But first must he suffer many things and be rejected of this generation. No, the Christian words got to be loved.
Read.
And as it was in the days of Noah, so shall it be also in the days of the Son of Man. They did eat the giants. They drank.
The Nephilim, or the fallen angels, as people, came down. They ate with people. Read. Right?
They married.
They slept with women.
They were given in marriage.
They gave each other women. The human fathers gave their daughters to them.
Until the day that Noah entered into the ark, and the flood came and destroyed them all.
Read.
Likewise, also as it was in the days of Lot.
So likewise in the days of Lot. Wait, but
stop there, Josh. But were they really destroyed all? If they hit today, right? You see that? No, that's not a lie. He said that they were destroyed, but they came back, didn't they?
Yeah, I mean, they kept coming through portals.
Right, there you go. They did eat what? and destroyed them all. Likewise, also as it was in the days of Lot, they did eat,
they
drank,
drank,
they bought, they sold.
So they acted just like people.
Come on.
So they were influencing homosexuality and
Yeah.
all these
So
immoralities,
they were.
because that's why the Most High destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah.
They sold.
And wait, Lot was after the flood.
Right, that's right.
So this proves,
Come on.
again in the Bible, that 1,000 years or whatever
Lot
it
was
was
after the flood, Tony?
before,
Yeah.
before or after the flood, fallen angels were still
Coming down.
coming down and teaching people
Wow.
and showing them forbidden, hidden things from heaven.
They bought, they sold, they planted, they builded. But the same day that Lot went out of Sodom, it rained fire and brimstone from heaven. So you know the Most High
And destroyed the fallen
and
angels.
destroyed them all.
Now let's go to Matthew 28, 24. Matthew 24,
And 28, 24.
24,
24.
36.
Okay. 24:36. But of that day and hour knoweth no man,
Right.
no, not the angels of heaven, but my Father only.
Read.
But as the days of Noah were,
But as the days of Noah were, so this was a common Hebrew thought and knowledge that fallen angels came down and dealt with people. Read.
so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. For as in the days that were before the flood,
So as the days were before the flood,
they were eating.
the fallen angels came
They
down
were just reading after the flood.
and ate with people.
And were drinking,
They drank like we drank.
marrying,
They slept with women
and
like
giving in marriage.
Read.
Excuse me. Until the day that Noah entered into the ark, and knew not until the flood came and took them all away.
So
See, that's confirming really what he's saying. Took them all away. They destroyed.
but the spirits
Yeah, the
stayed.
spirits stayed.
Hold on,
Yeah,
close
good.
the Bible,
Good,
and
that's
we're going to
good.
go into Enoch and
Yeah,
close.
yeah. I don't want to lose their thought with that. So you better believe it, my friend, that they're here. They're causing havoc. They cause that hurricane. They cause all floods, all trouble, murder, rape. Like that couple that just died, Tony. They were getting divorced. They were selling their home, 53 years old. They committed suicide. That's them. That's the fallen angels. That's what they're doing.
Enoch 5, and we're gonna start at verse 3.
Enoch 5, verse 3.
15 and 3.
15 and 3.
Read.
Wherefore have ye left the high, holy, and eternal heaven,
Read.
and lain with women?
So you left once you were pure spirits. Read. But you left heaven
And lain with women,
and laid with women
and defiled yourself
and defiled yourself. Read.
with the daughters of men,
With the daughters of men. Read.
and taken to yourselves wives,
Read.
and done like the children of earth,
Read.
and begotten giants
So
as your sons.
you begot Nephilims as your children. Read.
Wow. And though ye were holy,
And though ye were holy, spiritual,
living the eternal life,
living the eternal life,
you
read,
have defiled yourselves
you have defiled yourself,
with the
read,
blood of women,
with the blood of mortals, read,
and have begotten children with the blood of flesh.
read.
And
So to beget a child, you have to have a male member with seed in it.
that's
So
right.
that proves that the fallen angels had male members that could impregnate a woman
That's right.
with seed.
With the blood of flesh, and as the children
Which again proves that sex is marriage.
that's
You
right.
see that? I just seen that.
That's good, Josh.
Sex is marriage.
That's right.
Read.
And as the children of men have lusted after flesh and blood, as those also do who die and perish.
Now, verse 8.
And now the giants
Now the giants,
who are produced from the spirits and flesh
from the spirits and flesh,
shall be called evil spirits of
or what we call
demons.
demons. So
Upon the
the
earth.
demons, after the flood, the spirits left the giants
Mhm.
and stayed in the atmosphere,
Wow.
the above the sky.
Wow.
So they would be able to come back through portals and deal with men.
The principality of the air, John.
Read.
The earth, and on the earth shall be their dwelling.
Uh-huh.
Evil spirits have proceeded from their bodies, because they are born from men, and from the holy watchers.
From the what?
And from the holy watchers.
The what?
Holy watchers.
Or the holy angels. Read.
Is their beginning.
Is their root or their begottenness. Read.
And primal origin.
And primal origin.
They shall be evil spirits.
They shall be called evil spirits or demons.
On the earth.
Read.
And evil spirits shall they be called.
Uh-huh.
As for the spirits of heaven, in heaven shall be their dwelling.
Read.
But as for the spirits of the earth, which were born upon the earth, on the earth shall be their dwelling.
Read.
Wow. And the spirits of the giants afflict.
So the demons use people, the government, to afflict,
oppress,
to oppress people,
destroy,
to destroy life,
attack,
to attack,
do battle
with war,
and work destruction on the earth.
And work evil and destruction upon the earth. Hurricanes.
That's right. Tornadoes.
Diseases.
Right. And cause trouble.
And cause trouble or unrest.
They take no food.
Because spirits don't need food.
But nevertheless, hunger and thirst. Mary, did the handle come up by itself? Yeah. And cause offenses.
Uh-huh.
And these spirits shall rise up against the children of men and against the woman, because they have proceeded from men.
So they will attack men and they will attack women. How do they attack women? Look at the TV. You can't sell a hamburger. And what does that have to do with a hamburger?
Yeah.
You can't sell a hamburger
or a toothbrush without a woman being half dressed.
So they attack women by showing them in a light. Now, it ain't nothing wrong with a beautiful woman.
That's right.
We're not coming against beautiful women. But that's something that should be done in the privacy of your home with your husband.
That's right.
You are not supposed to get on television and let some person undress you.
Why do you think you're seeing all that junk on television? So that's the fallen angels.
You are not supposed to let someone put you on a TV screen and a camera with your breasts showing and your body not covered and just a small bikini bottom covering your bottom to sell a hamburger. What does that have to do with food? Or a car. You can't sell a car without a woman pretty much dry humping the car.
That's true.
So, and they attack men through homosexuality, making them mistrustful towards women, making them. And what's the key way they display most women on TV? Mistrustful, loud, disrespectful, can't stay loyal, always out in the street, loud, disrespectful, greedy. So they have an agenda to keep men and women apart so they can introduce homosexuality to you. Because if you're not with a woman, what else are you going to be with? Or a man as a woman? What else are you going to do? You're going to go with the same sex because you're built to be with somebody in a relationship. That's the way you're designed by the Most High.
That's right.
So he attacks people on multiple levels. He uses religion.
Wow, big time.
He uses false doctrine and
Especially
misunderstood.
that mixed marriage junk going on in the Christian church. Hey, we are in serious troubled times. And the Christian church is supposed to know, they're supposed to be so spiritual. They don't have the fog years what's going on. They don't. Some do, but most don't. Most don't. Most Baptists, if you talk to most white Christian churches across America, people are always sick. They have a problem. Well, they're sick, all right. They're demonized sick.
So, with all that said, that was a beautiful lesson.
Thank you, Joshua.
We say shalom.
All praises to the Most High.
Ahayah, bahashem, Yashayah, Barak, Kadash, and shalom.